back at Universal Orlando Resort. Today is September 18th, so we are deep into Halloween Horror Nights, but even with that going on, there are still lots of other updates happening. Universal just recently made some pretty big announcements of new things that are coming. There's some updates in the park, and we are also going to do Stay and Scream tonight. I'll show you how it works and why it's different for 2024. Stay and Scream has a pretty big change from 2024, how it works this year, give you our little guide and some tips and stuff like that, and actually do it ourselves and stay for a bit of Halloween Horror Nights fun tonight as well. So we're gonna get started with one of the big updates, which is right down there. So pretty recently they closed the Surf Store and the Cinnabon that were down here, and recently we got the full announcement as to why. So you know back there, there's a Universal Studios CityWalk store. That store is massive and it has things from all over the park. They're gonna extend that and add a brand new Wizarding World of Harry Potter section and Super Mario World section. Of course, they're gonna tie in to Epic Universe. So what we're gonna get is one section all about Wizarding World of Harry Potter, including the Ministry of Magic and the new Epic Universe section, and a whole Super Mario World section with its own entrance, themed entrance, and all of that. One thing that's super cool they announced about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter section is that it's going to have a butterbeer counter. So this will be the first time that you can get butterbeer outside of the theme park here in Universal Orlando, which is really cool. You'll be able to come out, grab a butterbeer, and stroll through CityWalk. That's neat. We've also got the Dead Coconut Club up here, which if it's open tonight, we'll pop in at the end of the night just to show you what the vibe is like in there because it's awesome. But there are more new things announced for the park. So this is announced to open in 2025, which is also when Epic Universe is going to open. But there's more new coming sooner like next month. So let's go in the park and talk about that. All right, let's head down. Are you excited for the new CityWalk store expansion?
Ready, butterbeer as soon as you get off the moving walkway.
Yeah, and I know you stood here because you're wearing your Slime Time shirt. We're a Slimer. Very cute, very cute. They've added this new little display here, Halloween Horror Nights Marketplace, and they've got all the booths here that are filled with HHN merchandise. But they added a little sign for it, which is really cool. It looks like wheat or corn or something fields, and that's really cool. They've also added a photo op here with this truck, which has made another appearance, and these pumpkin stacks, which we've seen out in scare zones in the past. This is very, very cute. All right, we've made it to the front of the park. We are gonna head in, talk about another big update that's coming in October and some more things that have changed and new things going on, and start to get ready for Stay and Scream. We're also gonna talk about some different strategies for Stay and Scream this year. They change a little bit each year, and there's a few different ways that you can do it to maximize your night, partly depending on whether you have Express or not, but we'll talk about all of that. Express, no Express. We do have Express on our passes, but we still like to do Stay and Scream and think that it's a really nice way to do the event, and we'll talk about why. But first, let's talk about another update in the park. So right in the front of the park, as you come in for Halloween Horror Nights evenings, you got these warnings and the code of conduct. Let's take a look because it's important to know. Halloween Horror Nights contains loud sounds, low lighting, sudden movements, and effects. It contains mature subject matter which may not be suitable for children under the age of 13. Parental discretion is advised. And all of these other, horseplay and all of that, don't do it. Be good. So the park is open tonight until 5 p.m. If you have an annual pass, or like an early access pass, a Scream early ticket, you can get into the park before 5 to get in for Stay and Scream. If you want to do Stay and Scream, you have to be in the park before 5 p.m. That's when they close the gates, and at that point you'll be waiting outside with the masses, which nothing wrong with that, but you won't be in Stay and Scream. All right, we're in, and another big update is right here at the soon-to-be former Universe store. The store has gone through a lot of changes over the years. It had an I Love Lucy section. It's had a lot of different iterations, but most recently they themed it up to be like Universe, right? And it was selling that brand of clothing. But Universal has announced that this October, they're launching a brand new Wicked the Experience in this store, which is right in front of the park. They're gonna be locations from the movie like Shiz University and the Emerald City. They're gonna be actual costumes and props from the film. Universal Hollywood is getting its own version, but that's gonna be different than ours here in Orlando. It's gonna be all themed up and cool with fashion, accessories, like clothes and stuff like that, photo ops, really cool stuff, celebrating Wicked. The sign outside the shop, The Hollywood Reporter, founder William R. Wilkerson, 1936. They've got the signs up letting us know that a new experience is coming. Now, if you've seen my past Universal videos, that the other, oh, something's blowing towards me, it's just a leaf. The other part of the store is Hello Kitty themed, and it's gone through some changes too. It's super pretty, and that's where you can meet Hello Kitty. I have the meet and greet with Hello Kitty in a lot of videos because I just love her. She is still meeting guests outside, I've heard. She's not here today, probably because Stay and Scream starts soon. It's only like 2 something right now, but at like 3 they'll start to put the Stay and Scream signs out, and I'll show you those. But it looks like the Hello Kitty part of the store is going away as part of this. And maybe they'll move her stuff somewhere else, hopefully, because we love Hello Kitty. He's right behind me, isn't he? Swim! Out here in front of the store, they have this Hello Kitty, like she signed it in cement, like a celebrity would on a Walk of Fame. Hello Kitty with her little bow. And also they have bows on the light posts here and a Hello Kitty with her bow right on the top. I love these little adorable details. So right now it says Hello Kitty merchandise can be found at Toon Extra, so over at Islands of Adventure. So hopefully she'll get some sort of cute themed area somewhere else. It is just a little, you know, super enthused weather report here. It is absolutely boiling today. It is 96 degrees. It is as humid as ever. I thought maybe the summer was like starting to take a chill. It is not taking a chill. It is not chilling in the slightest. It feels like summer again. So just do with that information what you will. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are across the way meeting guests. Scooby and Shaggy. I think they said they were going to a Taylor Swift concert, so there you go. Let's have a look inside the Five and Dime and see what's going on in there. So they've got a ton of Halloween Horror Nights merchandise in here, but there have also been some big changes. The Mel's Die-In stuff is so popular this year. This is new for this year. And look, they made some matching devil horns. These glow and light up to match with the same pink.
I got you a gift.
Oh my gosh. I think that'll look just absolutely lovely while I bake you cookies.
That'd be perfect.
Okay, that's new. Oh, also we have our refillable cup, right? You've already
activated it.
Yes.
Passholder discount is around $10. So.
And it's unlimited drinks all night at the freestyle machines, and it is absolutely essential.
Yeah, essential.
Good work. Well, looky here. It looks like they have moved the universe stuff, the merchandise and the theming here into the Five and Dime. This has been like the Universal Monsters and Passholder store for a long time. This section was all Passholder stuff before.
I love this hat.
I'm gonna ask Dracula what he thinks about it. Check these out. These pop are Care Bears as classic Universal Monsters. 2 of my interests converging. They have Cheer Bear as Bride of Frankenstein. Like, what? Do they have Good Luck Bear? Ah! Oh no, that's Grumpy Bear. I just saw green. Oh, who else have they got? Bedtime Bear's the Mummy. That is super cool. Oh, here on the other side they have Tenderheart Bear as Dracula. I love that Tenderheart. Oh my gosh, that's probably the cutest one, to be honest. They've got these new weekly magnet releases. It's cool. So right now it's a Sinister and Surreal one. They also have the new annual Passholder buttons. These come out once in a while. They were doing it for a long time, then they stopped and they brought them back. I have a huge collection and I love them. And this one is celebrating 10 years of Diagon Alley here at Universal Studios. I remember when it opened. That is so cool. I love that. So they're back in stock. I don't know if they were out of stock, but I saw people saying like they didn't have them for some reason. They have them. All right, it's about 3:30 p.m. and they've started to put out the Stay and Scream sign. So we are going to show you the zones and how it's all working. And here we have the back of the New York Stay and Scream line already forming all the way back here. The New York Stay and Scream area has changed this year. You check in by Minions Cafe and we'll show you up there. And the reason the line is so long, and we've seen this night after night, this is like our 7th night, I think, of Horror Nights this year, is that it hasn't opened yet. So once it opens, the line will start to move, people will flood in, there's a lot of space in there. The line is long for a while, but once people start getting in, it does die down. The trick is, they go straight into line. You can get straight into line for the houses. Now from there, you're in line until the house is open. Some of the houses open early. We'll go inspect all of that, but first let me show you the weirdest Stay and Scream location this year. The Today Cafe is listed as one of the Stay and Scream areas this year. Not one I recommend, although you may get a little bit of a view of the opening ceremonies. This may be where you want to start for whatever reasons, but now by the time the opening ceremonies are happening, people in the other Stay and Scream zones will already have been going into the houses because, like I said, some of the houses open early. But I recommend one of the other Stay and Screams. But look at this line. So the line is all the way down here, just people waiting to get in so that they can start to get in line for the houses. The New York zone leads you into the big IP houses this year. Insidious, Ghostbusters. So people get in line early. You start to get in line. You may be in line for like 2 hours, maybe even longer, but you're in line before the event opens. So you're using line time before the event starts. You get in the house early, sometimes like half an hour or longer before the event even starts, before the doors even open, and you could knock out 2 of the biggest houses before the event opens, theoretically, if you play your cards right, or at least get a big head start on the event. It's a little past 3:30 now. It looks like they've opened the zone. The line is starting to move, and even though it looks really long, it moves really fast. Let's follow the line and we'll show you everything. We're not getting in it though, because we're not going in yet. So here's the sign that lets you know the Stay and Screams areas this year. The main ones are New York and World Expo. We'll show you both of them and what they hold. Now, I just heard a team member talking about it, and she made a really good point, is that, you know, people call these lines, but they're really holding queues. They are holding queues so that when the line does open, you're the first to go into those houses. So you can choose to wait in the holding queues and Stay and Scream, or you can just hang out. There's food and drinks sometimes some of the shops are open. There's other things you can do and just hang out and wait until the holding queues start to move, let them flood in a little bit, and then you can go in. So again, there's different ways you can do this, but let's keep showing you. So right here in front of Minions Cafe is where you get in, and the houses you'll have first access to are Quiet Place, Ghostbusters, and Insidious. Oh, and Major Sweets Candy Factory. So once you're in, one cool thing is that the bars and the food booths are open during Stay and Scream. I don't know if they're open yet, but if not, they will open soon. Hi. Or you can choose to get right into line, but just know you may be standing in the sun for a few hours. So a lot of people bring umbrellas, and I highly recommend that is the smart thing to do because it's a lot of waiting in the sun. Now they start to block off the park at this time. Now the key part of Stay and Scream is that you either need an annual pass or you can purchase a Scream Early ticket. If you only have a ticket for Halloween Horror Nights and no day pass, Stay and Scream isn't an option. You can wait outside of the gates and be one of the first to get in, and you can still use a lot of the strategies and tips that we're going to talk about and that I have talked about, because you have to get into the park before 5 to use this. You need some kind of daytime admission. And like I said, there is a Scream Early ticket that I think it's like $30 or $40, and I think it's worth it to add on to your Horror Nights ticket if you don't have a day ticket for the day. Now, key thing here, these people in line are going to be the first ones inside of these houses. Some of the houses open as early as like 5:15, 5:45, 6:15. You know, they're going to be in and out of the houses, maybe 2 houses, maybe more, before the front gates open. So it's absolutely worth it. If you just saw a second ago, this line wasn't as long. It's already getting longer. So what we want to do is go into both Stay and Scream zones. We're going to check out World Expo and New York, and then decide which one we're going to do tonight. We have done both, and we've had great success and a good time in both. There's pros and cons to both, so we'll talk about it and go scope it out. Let's start with scoping out World Expo. Now, I don't know why there's a Stay and Scream sign pointing this way, because normally The Simpsons is a very popular Stay and Scream zone, but this year it's World Expo, it's not Simpsons, but maybe we can check in this way. Let's go scope it out. The World Expo Stay and Scream. We checked in at Lombard's the last few times we did it, but maybe there's a new check-in this way, or maybe that is just telling us we have to walk all the way around. I don't know, we're gonna inspect and investigate. Oh, here's another fun update. They've got this wild robot photo op. It's like a full-on grass thing you can go in. I think I'll do like what he's doing. We haven't seen this movie yet, obviously, because it hasn't come out yet, but I watched a trailer for it and it looks so cute and good. Oh, he's got it. And I think I saw that it lights up at night, so we'll come back later to check it out. And he's got his little like bird that I saw in the trailer. Cute. This is such a big, cool photo op. I love it. Oh, look, Gabby's out. They've also got this Blumhouse photo op here. Face your fears. Now, Springfield used to be a Stay and Scream zone. This year it's not, because of the different configuration of the houses and the queues in the back of the park. And we do miss it because you could sit inside in the AC and it was so cool. It is not this year. So it does seem like they're kind of just routing us around. Now, you can get the Dufftoberfest beer here at the Outdoor Duff Beer Bar. It's a special seasonal flavor only for the fall. And Sam did confirm inside you can get Ducktoberfest inside, right?
The place to get it. AC and one of the best beers at Universal.
Awesome. So it does look like that sign pointing this way was just kind of for crowd control, and it routes you all the way around, or we're gonna check in more like over there in the San Francisco area. But then once you're in, well, we'll show you where it goes. Leads to the houses back here.
It sounds like this fan like is enough power to like it should blow me like out of the area.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
But it does feel nice.
If there was just a fan blowing on us the whole night. All right, we've gotten to the next wayfinding sign, so it lets you know if you want to go to the New York, you go all the way back around where we came from. If you want to go to World Expo, you go this way. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but we can see over there the signs for Goblin's Feast and Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines, which both enter that same entrance right there, and it says they open at 5:45, so that is early. So once you get into the Stay and Scream zone there, they open and close this walkway. You can get back and forth between them, and back here there's more like food, booths, and bars and stuff open too. So there was a Wolfman photo op here, and we were here the one night that Wolfman was out. So I'm gonna show you a clip. He actually looked really cool, and it was really popular. People loved it, but for some reason they removed it and they've replaced it with this really cool Horror Nights Where Horror Lives photo op. All right, so the World Expo Stay and Scream zone is going to take you into Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines and Goblin's Feast, and then gradually it's going to open up the back area with museum and Slaughter Cinema and everything else back there. At this point, you'll need your ticket to get scanned in. Come in right here, like as if you're going to Lombard's restaurant. Thank you. Okay, we're in. So when you get in this scare zone, there's like tables, seating, umbrellas, a couple of open bars, you can get some drinks. So there are some like couches and stuff, but obviously they get taken fast. You need to be quick if you want to grab those and camp out. There's some tables, some have umbrellas, some don't. But let's have a look around. Umbrellas are definitely the smart way. Let's see if we can get into the other side. Okay, so now we just kind of wait. They're letting like some amount of guests go this way, like day guests, and then some amount of Stay and Scream guests go back and forth. Just wait for our gap. Cool. Okay, we are into the larger portion of this Stay and Scream area. So people can start to line up for the houses here for Eternal Bloodlines and Goblin's Feast, or you can just hang out. Oh, look, wow, it goes all the way back there. Woo! Or you could just hang out in the zone and roam freely. There's some food and beverage booths open. So they're holding them in a queue over there for now, and then they'll allow you in here. Also here is Nightmare Fuel, a great show. You should definitely watch it. But we've got some freestyle machines here. The lines are not long for the bars. So we've got this food booth here. Oh, Sam had that harissa BBQ turkey wing. He said it was really spicy. They've got the pumpkin guts, which is one of the vegetarian options, and a goblin pie and some ghoul juice. So out of the main two Stay and Scream zones this year, there's pros and cons to both. New York has obviously been our favorite for years. It usually has the big IP houses. It has Louis where you can sit down in the AC and chill, and we love it. The thing about back here is once these open, there's like no lines back here, and you can knock these out quick. You can do them multiple times, and once the rest opens here, you can get into the like Slaughter Cinema and museum and knock all these out early. Since we have Express, we can then head over to the big houses and use our Express. If you do not have Express, you could, if you're gonna do like a full night and stay until like 2 in the morning, you could then wait until later into the evening to do like Insidious and Ghostbusters and stuff, when the lines will go down significantly. There's many different ways that you can do this. I still kind of think that New York is like the best way to maximize your night. It's also just the most hectic. This one is very chill, and I love Goblin's Feast. So now we wanted to come in and have a look at this, and this is a good Stay and Scream zone, and it has a lot of benefits. But I think that for tonight, we are gonna go with New York, which is our favorite and the more going on Stay and Scream zone. So we've seen this. Let's go see what that's like. I want to show you both. And for your information, if you are using an attraction assistance pass, look for these signs, and a team member will also be able to point them out to you as to where you can get your return times. So now we are in line for the New York Stay and Scream. All right, now we're going to go into the New York Stay and Scream zone, which is where I think we're gonna stay. I don't recommend you like try to go into one and then go into the other. I'm just doing that to show them both to you. Generally pick one and stick to it. In this Stay and Scream, we have got food booths open, bars open. You can get into line for the houses, or you can just hang out, relax, get food and drinks, chill. Finnegan's is open, Louie's is open. I think we're gonna head into one of those just to get some AC and chill for a bit. Some people just chill on the stoops, hang out. This is definitely the more like lively Stay and Scream.
Exciting.
Yeah, I think so too. So there's just a lot of people in here hanging out, chilling everywhere. The lines are humongous. Now again, it's a good strategy if you really want to maximize your night, get Ghostbusters and Insidious in. It's kind of like one line together, and then I guess they divide it up later, but it's massive. It's like rope dropping.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna head into Louie's. I think this is our favorite spot to chill in. There's AC, you can get pizza, you can get pizza fries. There are freestyle machines to refill your refillable cups. Julie, there's some tables. Yeah. Oh, it's packed. All right, we got a table. Louie's is jam-packed with very, very smart people chilling in the AC. At some point, this will start to show the times that each house opens and also the wait times. Right now, it's not showing them yet, but we know by the signs that some open at 5:45, 5:15, and early, so. All right, we've decided we're gonna go out and brave the Stay and Scream line and get this party started. Now, one of the cons of doing houses while the sun is still out, sometimes your eyes aren't adjusted to the dark, and sometimes the houses don't have the full shebang going on until a little bit later. So we're getting in this line now, the Stay and Scream line. It is one line for both houses, and at some point in the line, they divide you into Insidious or Ghostbusters. I think we're gonna do Insidious first. It is dark, so I'll wear my sunglasses right up to the point where I get in to try to like get my eyes as adjusted as possible, because it is bright and sunny out, and we're going into a dark, dark house. But it's long and moving quickly, but by this point, it's 5:30 and the house opened at 5:15. There are some people on their second loop right now that have already maybe done Ghostbusters or Insidious and are going again or doing the next one. So you could really get a lot done early, especially in this zone. We're moving really, really fast. The sun, you see, it's gonna go down behind the Revenge of the Mummy building. Okay, here we go, here we go. It's 5:30 and they're starting to unveil some of the torture displays. Just taking the wrap off of a guy in an Iron Maiden and another guy just being drowned and dunked. Or lady, I can't really tell, but person. What do you want? Okay, Insidious it is.
Ghostbusters right here. And
okay, here we go. So,
90.
oh wow. So at this point, even if you have Express, you could do this house once without your Express and then do it again later with. But we're just gonna use Express because we're only gonna do it once tonight, and it's 90 minutes. It's 5:30 and they've turned on the torture fair sounds, and we are heading into our first house. The gate technically opens at 6:30, but like usually they'll open at like 6:15, 6.
Still, the event hasn't started yet, so
Yeah.
again, you're like waiting before.
Yeah.
But you could probably like on a quiet night, like today hopefully is. Yeah, I don't know if it would be 90 minutes late. You know?
The standby wait is 90 minutes. But you know, you're using that 90-minute wait time at the beginning of the event. It's hard to say. It may be 90 minutes all night. It may go down later. It looks real long tonight. Oh boy. Right, these are the only two houses that are open. Once the other house is open, then people will like go everywhere. But for now, they're all here. That cloud right now is like my best friend. It is exactly blocking the sun. Look at the beautiful sun rays. It's so pretty. And it's cooling it down back here. All right, we're moving, we're on the move. It's just been a few minutes, looks like just a few minutes more, not bad. So like with a 90-minute regular line, you could say Express might be like 20 minutes or less, which is amazing. Just excellent. Excellent house, and they got us both a few times.
Yeah, it's not often that they get me, but it was so dark in there because it's bright out, and also they got me.
They got Sam so good that he got me. He grabbed my bag and I was like, ah! But it felt fully staffed, right?
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of stuff like, where we see things you haven't seen before. It's just excellent, wonderful. The next big IP house that's right here is Ghostbusters. There's a 70-minute wait, so we're gonna pop in the Express line and enjoy this one. Next up, Ghostbusters.
Is it hard to see stuff in Insidious?
It's still sunny, bright and blue. The Ghostbusters line definitely doesn't look as long as the Insidious line, but again, having Express, amazing. So with Express, it was like 15 minutes, less than 20 minutes to get in, which was awesome. But even if you don't have Express, you could have started doing these like half an hour ago. So let's see, I think that in just about 5 minutes, the event officially starts, but I think they've started to let day guests in. I can't tell, but maybe. But they take down all the stay and scream barriers, and the park is just open, and now you can roam free and do whatever. Oh boy! Oh! Oh my! The king acknowledged me. Oh my! It looks like Major Sweets Candy Factory is only 25-minute wait, which means Express will probably, hopefully be like really, really fast. So I think we're gonna just run through that.
Better get inside before the kids eat all the free samples.
That was like the best run through of Major Sweets. The house is rising in my rankings. It's so fun, it's so gross, it's so good. And at the end, we got Major Sweets and Miss Sweets with her chainsaw. You kind of get like different things when you run these houses. You may get some characters, you may get others. And that one, I feel like they swap out. That one also has a few guest activated triggers. So if you touch the candy bowl, you get sprayed with air. You press the red button, something happens. And I love to play with all of them. I love guest activated triggers. So woohoo! We're only planning to stay for like a couple hours, but we always start having so much fun that we want to stay longer. We'll see. All right, we've circled back to the back of the park. We have noticed that Goblin's Feast and Monsters Eternal Bloodlines generally don't have as long lines as the houses in the front of the park. And with a 25-minute standby, that means Express should be like 5-10 minutes, maybe even a walk-on. Goblins is rising to like the top of my ranks. It's one of my favorite houses of this year. It's got everything I love, so let's go do it. Okay, here we go. This area back here holds 2 houses, Eternal Bloodlines and Goblin's Feast. And even though the line does look long, it's not as long as it looks, and it tends to move really quickly. But we're in the Express line, so we should be, like, it looks like we're going right in. Goblin's Feast just has the best vibes, like medieval, fairy tale, super cute, super fun. They give you some good scares. I love it. This is the coolest. Man, Goblin's Feast is amazing and I love it. It's so creative and it feels like Muppety, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, it's like the theme, the music. Also, there's a giant hand in there for the giant that's supposed to be outside. And it was moving again. It was moving on premium night. We didn't see it moving again. Tonight it's moving, but like different. It's like moving up and down. But I'm so happy to see it moving again. That was super cool. It's just so creative. It's so beautiful. The masks and costumes and makeup in there are phenomenal. And just, I love it. Yeah, it's like, I think it's a hawk.
I need to go.
I don't know, but it's something cool. And it was squawking. Do it again.
Speak with someone to determine if any changes need to be.
Okay, we waited till a little bit later to come back and see the wild robot photo op, and he's all lit up. That looks so cool. All right, it is getting darker. The weather is getting nicer. We're gonna have one scare zone walkthrough. Oh boy. You get like misted in here with water. I really like the music in here. It got so dark so fast, didn't it? Yeah. Gotta get a look at Mel's Drive-In. They changed the sign to Mel's Die-In for Halloween Horror Nights. It's classic, it's iconic, it's a must-do. This is the Demon Queen Scare Zone. Oh man, the vibes are so good. Once it gets dark, looks so creepy. You got the demon queens out here. They look amazing. Wow! So cool. Oh my gosh. I love Eyeball Queen. She's cool. Oh! Oh man. That's good stuff, right? The vibe gets so good once it gets dark. It is just, I mean, this is what it's all about. Like, it's just, the whole park turns into an amazing party, spooky party. It's so cool, and it actually cooled off too. It feels amazing. And I think that is gonna wrap up our night today. Since we have frequent fear with Express, we come out to this event quite a lot. But I really want to show you how Stand Scream works this year, how it's changed, and just a little bit of our night here at HHN tonight. As it gets later in the night, more and more people flood in. On our way out, we're gonna make a quick stop at the Red Coconut Club, which is rethemed to the Dead Coconut Club during Halloween Horror Nights. How fun! All right, now open, let's check it out. I'm just gonna show you guys around a bit. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, they did the vibe so good in here. I feel like we are straight up in an 80s movie. It's a vampire's birthday party, Vlad's 300th. See those bats up there? They're from a scare zone. Look at the drinks. Let's go upstairs. Upstairs is Blumhouse themed. They have these cool lights leading you up the stairs and a bunch of cool theming from Blumhouse movies. Got the Purge section. Tons of cool like props in here and a whole Purge set and a super cool Megan setup in here too.
Would you like to see a magic trick?
That is so cool. Super cool. They play like synth music, 80s. It looks awesome. Cool vibes. Well, you get the idea. It's real cool.
I was trying to dance, but they turned the music off. It was that good.
Sam and I have both been visiting Halloween Horror Nights for years, and we really, really love it. Every year is different, and some years are like more bangers, or like, you know, to your personal taste as to what a banger is to you. But this year's a really solid lineup of houses, really good vibes. We really enjoy it. We did use our Express tonight, which helped a lot, but we have been many, many nights where we didn't use Express. We even had family in town recently who didn't, so we went through the houses with them without it, and we did both Stand Scream zones and had awesome nights both times. So you can definitely strategize both of those zones and make them to your best use. I keep accidentally mixing up saying Stand Scream and Scare Zone, so hopefully I didn't do that in this video, but if I did, you know what I mean. A scare zone is a scare zone, and a Stand Scream zone or area is that. But either way, we really like making use of it, especially because you can get in early, beat the crowds, park before it gets too crazy and all of that. Of course, if you're staying on site at a Universal Orlando hotel during your visit to Halloween Horror Nights, which I highly recommend, you don't have to deal with parking and all of that. You just park at your hotel and chill, and there's a special hotel entrance that you can get in through, which I highly recommend as well. But I would still say you Stand Scream. And stay for as long as you can manage. Stay into the night. It closes at 2 a.m. The later it gets, like after like 10, 11, no, after like 11, 12, 1, 2, the lines start to get really shorter, at least on most nights. You can't guarantee these things aren't always predictable. Some nights are more crowded than others, but either way, it's always a blast. So let me know if you're visiting Halloween Horror Nights this year, and if you like to do Stand Scream as well, or if you like to just come later in the evening and just soak up the nighttime vibes. I respect that, and I get that. But either way, thank you for hanging out with us. I am sending you a ton of love. I will continue to bring you updates from here at Universal Orlando, the other theme parks, travels, and all the fun stuff. So stick with me and stay tuned. Sending you a ton of love. See you for the next video, and until then, as always, stay enthused.